Hi, my name is Angela Fedorwick, and my husband Edward Fedorwick and I would like to share our story of what we've been dealing with foreclosure here in Calgary, Alberta, Canada. To start off, my husband signed a second mortgage agreement with Bernhardt Mortgage Group, Inc. in June of 2014. We made the scheduled payments. However, when the oil and gas industry crashed here in Alberta, which is the industry my husband worked in, we fell behind in our payments the beginning of this year. After missing the second payment, we were put into foreclosure by Bernhardt Mortgage Group, Inc. We were served court papers in March of 2015, and we responded to the court documents. We filed our response in court. We requested an audit of the debt, and I began emailing on my husband's behalf the lawyer representing Bernhardt, which was Anthony J. DeLello of the law firm Frick, Lowenstein & Company. I emailed him shortly after we filed in court and requested proof of ownership of the debt. After 3 weeks, I still had no response. After I had waited 3 weeks and still had no acknowledgement from Mr. DeLello, I again sent another email requesting the same information. I wanted proof that Bernhardt still owned the debt. I got a response a couple of days later from Mr. DeLello himself, stating that he didn't know what I was talking about and that my request made no sense. To which I sent another email saying it does make sense. You know, mortgages and debts are bought and sold every single day. I'm asking for proof. I repeatedly got emails from Mr. DeLello telling me that my request makes no sense, to basically stop emailing him, that I'm wasting his time, and that it's going to cost us more money paying him to answer a simple question. How hard is it to give someone an answer? Yes, you know what? Here it is. We still own it. Here's the signature in ink. But they have not done that. We have done our part trying to get, work out a solution with either private financing or arranging for the sale of the home. We've been trying to work with the lawyer, and that has not worked out at all. Then, looking through the documents further, there is an affidavit from a home appraiser who has a sworn affidavit in here stating that my husband refused to contact him or speak with him to arrange for an appraisal of our home inside and out, which is a bold-faced lie. He called and spoke with my husband personally on April 1st, 2015. My husband said to him that he would need to figure out what would be a good day for us that week coming up, and he said it was no problem. He turned around and proceeded to do a drive-by appraisal of our home the very next day, and then writes this affidavit saying that we refused to cooperate. Furthermore, in him doing this drive-by appraisal, he has lowballed the value of our home to $75,000 below what the market value is. In doing that, it then gave Bernhardt the right to take us to court. Our court date was scheduled for June 26th, this Friday. It would then give them the right to go into court and say to the judge, we want them out in 30 days. There's no equity in the home. It's not worth anything, so they have to be out, and the judge would have granted it. This got us furious because they did that purposely. Who's benefiting here from taking away the equity in our home from us? They're trying to steal $30,000 to $40,000 of our money in this house. And who's going to get that money? It won't be us. Maybe the appraiser is going to be getting a little kickback on this for him to show that our house has no equity in it. And even in the appraisal that he did, showing comparable properties, not once in any of those documents does it state those houses' values. I was just furious when I saw that. So after seeing what was going on and realizing that they were completely bullying us, as they have all along, ignoring our questions, telling us to stop asking questions because it's going to cost more money to ask questions. Then with the rip-off of an appraisal done in our home, I was furious, and so was my husband. So I contacted the new lawyer by email yesterday, June 23rd. I sent him an email asking why Mr. DeLello was no longer the lawyer representing. I also asked, why is Bank of Montreal now noted as the plaintiff in this case? It made no sense. Did they purchase the debt? I also informed the lawyer, Mr. Frick, that we would be going into court Friday, June 26th, and seeking a 2-week adjournment to have an appraisal of our home done by someone of our choosing, a proper appraisal, inside and out. I also explained to him what happened with the appraisal that was done on our home through Mr. DeLello, that the appraiser didn't even give us 24 hours and he just showed up here and did this drive-by. And so I mentioned that in the email. What I didn't tell him is that we also have a screenshot to prove the day that the appraiser called my husband and spoke with him. And we will be bringing that to court as well. So lo and behold, here we are, June 24th. My husband receives an email from Tracy Hildenbrand, the assistant to Mr. Frick, stating that they made a mistake on the letter naming Bank of Montreal as the plaintiff, and they apologized for the oversight, and then stated that they were seeking to adjourn our court hearing on June 26th, and were giving us the 2 weeks, and that we don't have to go to court until July 9th with the new appraisal, which they want 2 days before the court hearing. Wow. So, lo and behold, after I sent an email on behalf of my husband stating how unfair it was what the appraiser did and that I would be seeking a 2-week adjournment, now conveniently they're being so nice to give us 2 weeks until a court hearing. The reason why they did this is because they don't want to look like idiots in front of the judge any more than they already do. They know darn well that if they had gone into court on Friday, if I hadn't said that, and I presented the proof of how many times I have emailed Mr. DeLello and had these ridiculous responses from him, and with the screenshot proving that my husband spoke with the appraiser on April 1st, and then he went ahead and did the drive-by on April 2nd, a judge would have taken one look at that and looked at them and been thinking, what is wrong with you? They are so unprofessional, and they are bullying us. And they're essentially trying to steal our money. And I'm fed up with it, and I don't want this to happen to any other Canadian citizen. What is going on with these institutions is absolutely ridiculous. They're just treating everybody like a number. They don't care what they're putting people through. They don't care that, hard times happen. Bernhardt didn't even try to make any kind of arrangements with us to try to get caught up. They immediately just put us to foreclosure. Ridiculous. So then we've been waiting from the beginning of March, when they filed in court against us, all the way through until June 19th was when we finally got the court package of the documents that they were filing in court against us. Over 3 months that they delayed doing this, after my repeat questioning over and over of what proof they have. We get the court package, and the cover letter now states Bank of Montreal versus Edward Fedorwick, and it's now a different lawyer from the same law firm, Frick, Lowenstein and Company, and now the lawyer we're dealing with is a Mr. William H. Frick. Unsure why Mr. DeLello has been taken off the case. However, we were concerned by the fact that it now states Bank of Montreal. Did they buy the debt? What's going on here? I looked through the documents, and what they have provided is a copy of the second mortgage agreement that my husband signed last year, and it's a photocopy of a photocopy of a photocopy of a photocopy. So it's not even an actual photocopy of an original document. Where is the original document? I still have not been able to get proof of that.